Hi, it's Oliver, Managing Director of BIL Southeast Asia. Have you heard of the new EU machinery regulation? Either way, in this video we'll talk about it and answer the top 5 most frequently asked questions surrounding it. So, let's dive in. What is the new EU machinery regulation? The EU machinery regulation replaces the existing Machinery Directive 2006/42/EC, which has been enforced since 29 December 2009. The new EU machinery regulation was published in the EU Official Journal on 29 June 2023 and entered into force 20 days later without being transposed into national law. Application of the new plant and machinery requirements by the EU machinery regulation becomes mandatory on 20 January 2027. So for machine manufacturers that are involved in the European market, you have 3 years to meet the requirements of the new regulation. The official title of the new regulation is Regulation EU 2023/1230 of the European Parliament and of the Council of Machinery. The second question is, why do we have the new machinery regulation? The current Machinery Directive describes standardized health and safety requirements for interaction between humans and machines. If you compare the automation and engineering of today with the technical requirements 18 years ago, it is evident that the revision of the directive was more than reasonable. So in summary, technological advancements of today bring greater safety and security risks. The new regulation aims to address these new risks by improving safety levels, addressing security aspects, and staying abreast of the new technological developments. So of course, the third question is, who is affected? Well, anyone who is a player in the European Economic Area that designs, builds and market machinery, or who wants to sell machinery into this market is affected. Beyond that, many multinational corporations require to meet these standards outside the EU for their facilities as well. So if you're one of them, you must meet all the specifications of the new machinery regulation in your company within the transitional period. And this brings us to the next question. What do you need to meet? Or what are the mandatory changes? There are many. However, as an overview, machine manufacturers face enormous challenges given the amount of information and implementation of the new specifications of the regulation. In terms of risk analysis, instructions for use, technical documentation, cybersecurity aspects, conformity assessment and declaration of conformity with subsequent CE marking. But among these changes, the top question we hear from customers is, what is the machinery regulation for cybersecurity? The introduction of the cybersecurity requirement stems from a need to address rising cybersecurity risks from the integration of IoT, artificial intelligence, data exchange between IT and OT systems, and exposure to cyber attacks. It is meant to help prevent malicious cyber attacks that can have highly negative impacts on machine safety. In a new section entitled Protection Against Corruption, the machinery regulation establishes requirements for machinery cybersecurity. Cybersecurity threats must not be allowed to compromise the machine's safety functions. Manufacturers must review their existing safety concepts and draw appropriate industrial security concepts. With this aspect, industrial security is one of the main themes of the machinery regulation. Manufacturers of network machinery should prepare well because they will face demands from other areas of legislation too. For example, Cyber Resilience Act or Radio Equipment Directive. To know more about the new EU machinery regulation in depth, join us in our upcoming webinar on March 6th, wherein we'll talk about the important changes in detail and how they will affect the players in the European Economic Area. Scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the caption below to register for the webinar for free. This is Oliver. See you soon.